started So Harlem because I wanted to find a thoughtful way of addressing gentrification, which was really, has been really wearing me out since I was born. I've lived in every neighborhood that has been gentrified in this city, from Lincoln Center, which was then San Juan Hill, Williamsburg, East Harlem, and obviously West Harlem, where I've lived for the last 35, 40 years. And I had a shop in Harlem called Straight Outta Harlem on St. Nicholas Avenue for a number of years. And due to, escalating rents, I pretty much lost the shop. But during that time, I met the developer of the Manhattanville Factory District, who has been working on redeveloping this last industrial area left in Harlem, which was a place known for making things. It was a factory district. A lot of things were made back in the day. And he was very interested in how arts and culture could play a role in developing this part of Harlem, Manhattanville. And also interested in changing the narrative that every time economic development happens in a community, it never really benefits the people who actually are the longtime residents and have been here in any real way. So I started So Harlem so that I could start to incubate small creative enterprises that wanted to be based in the Manhattanville Factory District.
My background was in promotion, putting on concerts and events, and I thought there was a void to be filled in pretty much facilitating a platform for a lot of up-and-coming and established artists, musical artists, as well as fashion designers in the New York City area. There's a number of brands that I've worked with through events that have vended at some of my shows, and we wanted to facilitate something that's specifically about the clothing here in Harlem. And I work out of So Harlem, which is my mom's office and a creative network. So we wanted to do something where designers can get press, meet other designers, and help market their brand through a weekly pop-up shop series that we just started. The motivation is really to help market brands that I think deserve more exposure. There's a lot of talented brands out there, and we want to serve as a platform for them to grow.
Welcome to Young Atlas. This is an outlet for creatives in the cities they represent. The Young Atlas team had a chance to talk with a number of influencers on the Boston culture. These featured artists include Dutchy Doobad, Hefe Replay, Cliff Notes, Dork SB, and Case for Boston Hip Hop. This is Boston.
We've produced a lot of original content. We've done mini documentaries on the hip hop culture in different cities, specifically Brooklyn, Boston, and Harlem, where we're located so far. In addition to that, we've done some concerts and events. For example, we did a show at SOB's. I did 2 shows with one of our headliners was Trap Manny from Highbridge, and we've done numerous events throughout New York. Another event we did was at Bar 13. We did it was like a media mixer. We had different media brands come through and meet different artists. So we're trying to really facilitate the different networks we have and our resources and use it as a platform to help promote these different great brands we work with.
I went to Iona College in New Rochelle, and I always had this idea of I kind of express myself through my clothes, and I always wanted my own clothing brand. But I feel like everybody in college, suffer with money struggles and all that stuff. So it was just an idea at that point. After graduating, that's where I was saving up to throw more money into it. So it's always been an idea of mine. I guess living in Harlem, being influenced by everybody's style. I always wanted to try to do that on my own, and I guess I saw that through clothing. The name Neighborhood Kids actually came from a coach of mine, and he used it to describe a group of kids that he was kind of frustrated with, but he still had like a sense of love for them. So I try to capture that feeling into my clothing. I said being a broke college student, I feel like I'm still that broke college student. Like every single dollar I try to get, I throw into this. So it's very like, it has its ups and downs. I feel like a lot of times when my friends are going out and partying and stuff like that, I'm staying home, I'm trying to create, I'm trying to think of stuff or save every single dollar just to throw into this. So it's very, you have to be disciplined to say the least. And I think the patience is going to pay off in the long run, where I get to where I want to be.
So I envision a core group of designers who are sharing a space, who are sharing resources, whose works are complementary to each other, meaning they have different styles, they reach different markets, and they're working as a collective, because I think that model of a designer having his own atelier or his own shop is just not sustainable. You know, everything is so expensive. So I'm hoping that, that they come together as, they still have their independence of their own brand and their own style, but that the working of how it operates is a shared responsibility.